Envirotech ESC composite straight is a polymer line that gives solution to the erosion, dust control, and soil stabilization. I would like to invite you to see this part here, how T-set is represented the Envirotech in Timor-Leste to give solution for the erosion mainly. Right now here we can see one of the area in the Manufahi, Municipio Manufahi. Identify the soil is eroded during the dry time, which is very potential and threatened almost. You can see here as below here, drainage, the drainage is fill up with the soil, losing the soil every second. This is one of the biggest problem that come across with Tinolina company daily. So T-set is represented for this technology. Now is fully engaged with the Tinolina project, how to give solution to stop the soil losing from the mountains for the inclinations area. We just taking part of this. You can see on that area is the soil is actually losing every second is drop down. You can see on that area here. We actually first of stage we identify the soil pH, which is almost 6.8 pH mainly. And from that, we engage with the process of how we doing the mixing of the Envirotech to apply it. So as we know that every soil has different characterization, different pH. I'm with the T-set team here, and we try to site visit in this area to identify how potential the erosion is, and how big is the problem they are facing every day. Technically, we look at that there is not just soil, but there is also stones, also gravel also is eroded down. The inclination of this area is almost 60 to 7 degrees inclination. So this area is treating. Just in this area, this spot here is almost more than 100 square meters potentially. And one of the areas we identify is how do we granted on the grass could be in the second, how we granted the grass could be grow also the same time once we apply the Envirotech on this spot. When we identify this area here, one of the principal factor is collecting the soils and then processing in the laboratorium, our own laboratorium, to identify the soil characterization with the MDD and OMC. After that, we engage with our expert from America and the Asia Pacific integrated observations between three parties from America, Asia Pacific, and Timor-Leste. So we look at here the technical, the technician from an engineer from Tinolina engineer with us now, taking the pH from this device here. Look at we actually record 6.8 pH of the soil. This soil here, look at mainly is mixed with loose gravel and the soil, and mixing with different particles. From here, we also identify the area and the potential for the erosion. Every second that comes on, it is recorded that every day the soil is filled up on the drainage area on the same spot. We are trying to brief a little bit the engineer Isaac from Tinolina experts for the road construction with Mr. Dion, who is an engineer, the specialist engineer from the Tinolina and Kin Construction. What they stated that they are actually confident to build the road every spot. The only problem they come across is the erosion, which is they couldn't help. Every day they must come across with big challenge. So that is the reason that they invited us, recommended us to test the soil and how we can integrate this methodology from innovation and technology, which has been experienced in too many different countries. This is the first time we brought the technology into Timor-Leste, and we will try to experience this first stage with the Tinolina and start in construction, road construction. The only problem that they are facing is not in this area, but from Manufahi area, since from Holarua up to the junction of Ainaro and Maubisi, a very potential erosion. One of the problem is that also water is treating as well during the raining time. On the background, you see that our team is collecting not the soil but the identify also the characterizations itself. On the next week after that, we the TCD team has arrived in the site and with liquids in the youth. We are in the mixing process now, so ESC with the river water, which is very normal. You can mix any type of water proportionally to the calculation of the soil characterization. So in this stage, you can see that the Envirotech is actually environmental friendly, so it doesn't affect anything. You can mix anywhere. It doesn't affect even look at the technicians without the gloves or shoes, because it's a friendly product. You can see in our brochure for few details. Right now here, after mixing process from the river, we just take 10 minutes, come back to the spot. We try to apply the ESC now to that inclination for this erosion spot. Now look at this machine is actually spray with a 2,900 psi against the soil to make sure that it is penetrated, at least proportionally penetrated to the soil, to guarantee that after the penetration, the soil itself become as normal as originally, same color. So we are now here with a youth with a smaller amount proportional to apply this liquid all over to the soil here. This liquid here is actually for normal time 5 days, but depending on the soil, on the weather condition, sometimes we take 3 days. This is our second application after first application. Second application after 3.5 p.m. 3.5. So 30 minutes after this, 30 minutes after first application, we applied the second application. Second application will be a light application, just to cure the area that not evenly applied. So this is to make sure that is actually all fully applied all the surface, and this will take another 10 minutes just to finalize the area. You can look at here, we almost finished with the product. Almost finished. This is to make sure that every spot, every corner, every area that is still need to be applied, we must finalize. After this, we will wait for 5 days. Standard time is 5 days. But also we did apply on the different area, which is take 3 days, depending on the weather condition. If it's really warm, in 3 days we can do the test with the water blast against to see that. So this job trial has been done successfully, and waiting for current time prior to test it. Current time in 5 days. Hopefully that everyone enjoy this movie. And any information, please connect to the info@gmail.com. Thank you.